Coffee. Hey guys, welcome. Thank you for joining me today. Today's Mental Health Monday is about the importance of being alone. I think we all need to sit down and have a chat about that. Am I off center? I am. Jeez. I wanted to make this video because I am starting to struggle with this whole isolation thing. So I felt like I needed to sit down and chat with you guys, and for you guys and for myself, because maybe if I say it to the world, I'll listen to myself. It is very surreal and doesn't feel like this is actually happening. It feels like it's some kind of stupid, dumb, really awful trick. So, there is good in being alone, and there is importance in being alone. And I feel like people are forgetting about that you have an incredible opportunity when you're alone to really do some good in your life. Everyone needs to be alone at one point or other in their life. I don't just mean in like a relationship or whatever. I mean actually physically be alone and just restart, refresh, something. That can be really hard for a lot of people, because when you're really struggling, the last thing you say that you want to be alone, but the last thing you really want is to be alone. It does take a lot of energy, a lot of power, a lot of courage to embrace being alone, but it is so worth it in the end. I made it a goal of mine through high school to really try and take care of myself when I was at home by myself, in my room by myself, whatever, instead of trying to find something to keep me busy. It was super helpful for my recovery to really embrace and appreciate being alone. That can mean multiple things. That can mean going to do self-care, turning off your phone, and just going to do some face masks, some moisturizing. Or maybe that can mean going outside, going for a walk, sitting on your deck, okay. Sitting on your deck or a porch, whatever, if you have something, and just grabbing a drink, tea, coffee, wine, water, whatever, and just watching the world go by, just taking it all in. It could also mean self-talk and those pep talks. Oh my god. Also, kind of side note, kind of not, I highly recommend, I'm not a morning person whatsoever, but I highly recommend, if there's one morning that you can already tell, like the night before, that you're going to need a feel-good moment, wake up for the sunset. Get yourself out of bed for the sunset. When we travel, we usually travel really early in the morning, so we tend to get lucky enough to see the sunrise, it's fine, see the sunrise, and it's one of the most beautiful sights ever. There is nothing like watching the sunset or the sunrise to make you feel like the world is a beautiful place. Like I said, it is super difficult to embrace being alone, and I understand that and I respect that, because you want to reach out and you want other people to help. The truth is, people aren't going to be there 24/7. The only person who's going to be there with you, as cheesy as this is, the only person that's going to be there with you 24/7, 365 days a week, a year, is yourself. And if you don't have a good relationship with yourself, that road's gonna be very long and very difficult. I've got an itchy nose. So when you are alone, when you don't have plans, when you're doing something like this, and you're just kind of in your room, in your house, whatever, oh my god, I'm going to cut off my nose. It's gonna happen. Yeah, it's happening. Oh, my fingers are so dry. Pause, I wanna put on cream. Where was I? That was such a bad idea. Where was I? you need to work on your relationship with yourself. And that's why those 3 things that I mentioned are so important, because those are ways that you can give yourself love and give yourself respect and give yourself all those good things without being too in your head, which is what a lot of people are scared of. On the other hand, if you are too in your head, or if you want to be too in your head because you want to figure some crap out, there are healthy ways to do that. Don't just sit in your room and think, because that has never ended well for me. So I suggest not just doing that. I would suggest, if you're going to sit in your room and think, have your pet upstairs, or have a journal to put it all in, or be knitting while you do it, be doing your makeup while you do it, be doing something so that you are distracted but not too distracted, so that you can listen to yourself but you're not fully listening to yourself. Hey! Hold on. It's scary, and I know it's scary. There are times when you should reach out. Don't think that I'm saying don't reach out, because that is not at all what I'm saying. But there are also times when you really need to just sit with yourself and get through it yourself. Mentioned this to people before. I would not at all consider myself popular. Like, not at all. But I would consider myself well known, and it was just because I was so out there. And again, helping and caring and the therapist of the school. So people kind of knew who I was, and with Mental Health Mondays and stuff. But when it came down to like getting invited to parties, yeah, that never happened. Unless it was through a friend that got me in. I was not the person that got invited to parties. My hands are so soft now. Okay, so what I'd want to do is stay at home and be all sad and feel like, oh, nobody cares about me, nobody wants me around, blah, 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 right? But instead, I would just kind of, I would try and just sit with myself on the bed, whether it was writing or reading or playing a game on my phone. But I would just kind of check in and see how I was doing and, you know, actually talk to myself. The days that the voices were too loud, I would do it out loud, but sometimes it usually was just in my head, being like, hey, how's it going? How are we hanging in? And just taking that time out of your day to care about yourself. Because we care about other people so easily. A lot of us do. Taking care of ourselves doesn't come as easily. So to give yourself permission to embrace that alone time means that you have that chance and you have that opportunity to actually care about yourself and focus on yourself. And I will preach this till the end of my YouTube days, but self-care and self-love are just so important. And I know people realize that, but I feel like people just often think it's just, oh, I look good today, or, you know, I'm gonna do a face mask. And yes, okay, yes, those are self-love and self-care, but it's so much more than that. It is being there for yourself when you are thinking that it's the end. It is taking that extra little opportunity in the shower to just sing it out and dance and just go full superstar. It is looking yourself in the mirror when you are bawling your eyes out and telling yourself that you are going to make it through. I love when I need to be alone, but know that I don't feel safe with myself, which is kind of what I've, like, you know, that does happen where sometimes being alone isn't safe, but you need to be alone and you need to figure things out yourself, organize your thoughts, and kind of figure out what's actually bothering you and all those things. I love when I have a friend that I can just sit with, and it's not being on my phone, it's not talking about our problems, it's just, can you just sit with me and let me be sad? Shout out to Nick's sister. What? Her and I are like so good at that, sitting and not talking. And it's not because we don't care, it's not because we're antisocial, it's just because we know that we are the people that we can do that with, because a lot of times in relationships you can't do that because it always feels like, what's the next thing we're gonna do, what's gonna be the next Instagram thing or the next story. And it's just, find yourself a friend that you can just call up and be like, hey, I need you to come sit with me and just sit and be there while I go a little bit off. The other important thing about being alone is listening to your body, not just listening to your head, but listening to your body. If you have come home from a really long day and you are laying in bed, getting in your head, try and switch those thoughts to be concerned about your body and how does your body feel right now. Because if we overlook our bodies, that's when a lot of us will hurt ourselves, or the next day we'll wake up with super bad shoulder or neck pain. And so when you can stop yourself while you're alone and look at your body and say, where am I tense right now? Where can I loosen up? So cheesy, so yoga, meditation, but like send your breath there and send your breath there and try and really like open up, whether it's like rolling or whether it is going for a run or doing some stretches, or maybe it is just laying in bed. My favorite thing to do is just like lay in bed and just like flop. Try and get my body to melt into the mattress. The other thing is, you don't want to be too alone. You don't want to spend eternities alone. It is scientifically proven to be unhealthy. You still need to connect with people, whether it's the people in your house that you're with or whether it is FaceTiming someone. You need that. But what I'm trying to say is, I don't want you guys to only do that. Because like I've said, you've got this opportunity to really, really become best friends with yourself. And that's the main thing. You want to be friends with yourself. You want to be your soulmate. And it takes a lot of practice. Still some days I can't do that and I don't want to do that. But changing that and really making my relationship with myself the priority for the last couple of years has fully changed my recovery. I'm actually like really cute today. Sorry, it's true. I mean, you can't deny the truth. I'm doing the too alone thing. And I think that's why I'm starting to really not feel like myself, or not feel right? Okay. I don't know what I was trying to say. I am not balancing it well, and I've never been good at balancing anything, so I'm not surprised. But I'm actually sitting here talking to you guys and realizing that's probably why I'm not feeling the best, is because I haven't been connecting. So I'm gonna try and do that more. I'm doing the extreme opposite that a lot of people are doing, which is too alone instead of staying too connected. I just think alone time gets so overlooked and is so underappreciated. And I want you guys to know that it's not a bad thing whatsoever. To be alone is to be in charge of your own life and to be in charge of your recovery. It's learning to take care of yourself, listen to yourself, be with yourself, and focus on yourself. It is important to be alone, and it is important to realize that it's important to be alone, because you need to appreciate the times that you have with just yourself. I'm digging in, hold on. Okay. Yeah, I'm hungry. Those self-talks are so crucial to getting through life. And a lot of people don't agree with them because they think it's cheesy or crazy. I need coffee, hold on. It really is such a good way to get through life and get through the day and to organize your thoughts. Like, that's a thing, especially with someone like me, like I've talked about, with ADHD and anxiety. I have more thoughts than most people could ever deal with. And for me to be alone depends on my mood. If I'm alone and really not doing well, it's probably better if someone's sitting with me or if I'm having some kind of connection. But you know, if it's just like a normal day where I'm like, meh, not feeling the best and have that alone time, I really try and organize my thoughts because, like I've mentioned, sometimes the biggest thing that's bothering me is just how much is going on up here, and to take that time to step back, breathe, figure them out, catch the train, it's very helpful, and it really can give me some of my energy back for the day to start the day off better or to finish the day off better. This is so good. Oh, I've never made iced coffee so good. Oh, I'm so proud of myself. Proud mama. I think that's pretty much it. I hope I got the message across that I was planning on getting across. I don't know if I actually did because I'm just kind of everywhere today. Embrace it. Embrace this alone time and throw yourself into it so that when you come out of this, when we all come out of this, you are a better person because of it. You are a more in tune person, you are a more kind person, and you're a more controlled person. I really hope this has inspired you guys. I really hope this has, oh my god, I really hope this has inspired you guys, even just a little bit, to step back today and really be thankful for this time we have to focus on ourselves and to become friends with ourselves and to love ourselves. And I also hope that it gives you some motivation to actually do something with this alone time instead of just trying to stay busy and trying to do things. So hopefully this gives you guys some ideas of how else you can be by yourself, and even if it is just sitting on your bed, looking out the window, totally getting lost in your thoughts, and writing or reading or talking to yourself and just really embracing it. I want this channel to, if anything, inspire you guys to take care of yourselves and, again, be best friends with yourself and be the person you go to when you need someone. Be the person you needed when you were younger. Be the person you need when you're going through it. Even if that is writing a note to yourself and having a note to read when things are going bad. One of my favorite things that I've always believed in is if you wouldn't treat your mom, dad, brother, sister, significant other, cousin, dog, child, whatever, whoever's important in your life, the way you're treating yourself, then don't treat yourself like that. Treat yourself like you would somebody you really care about. So that's today's video. Today's Mental Health Monday. I think I'm getting good at this YouTube thing. Please, please take the time after this video to really, really think about how you've been dealing with this. If you feel that it's good, keep going. If you feel like you're not doing the best, maybe you need more connection or maybe you need more alone time. And again, find that balance between the two and figure out where that balance is and what that means to you. I just hope you guys are taking care of yourselves and you're focusing on you and focusing on your journey and your story because you are the main character, especially now. So yes, okay, bye. That was weird. Oh, I've been sitting too long. Okay, goodbye, and I will see you guys probably Thursday. Who knows if she'll actually upload and get on top of it. So yeah, okay, sending love and hugs and all the good things. Bye guys.